Carl, what's it like to be chairman of Blackpool at this particular point in time?
Well, it's the best it's been in my time here. The expectations rightly are a lot higher than they've been in the past. Whilst it's difficult trading conditions at the moment for all football clubs, I think that our policies in the past not to overspend and to try and be reasonably prudent are paying off now, because although, as I say, it's a struggle, it's not, we're not faced with some of the horror stories that other clubs, particularly Championship ones, are now facing.
Fans criticise you for that prudent approach in previous years. Now they've got something else that they can beat you with, and that's invest more, push on further.
They'll always say that. They've said that since the first day I walked in here 10 years ago, and whilst the fans are the lifeblood of any club, and we are very lucky we've got particularly good fans and strong support. I think that a cautious approach, particularly in the current climate, is certainly the one that I will remain with. We'll back the manager as much as we ever can, and we're particularly fortunate that Mr. Bellacon's a partner here, because his support to the manager's really enabled us to get where we now are, and we'll certainly continue to try and take advantage of our position and move forward.
Is it a difficult situation in the fact that you've kept this prudent approach and look where you are now, but you are so close to something which could be so special? Is that a new pressure, a different type of pressure?
I think I'd be very foolish if I did get carried away and allowed that, as close as we are, to really cause a different, or bring about different policies that could then really result in our downfall, because too many clubs have gambled and failed and paid the consequences for years and years. As I say, I think with the partnership with Mr. Bellacon enables us to go out and bring players and strengthen and invest as the supporters demand. We are looking at one or two targets to strengthen this transfer window. So the prudent approach doesn't necessarily mean that we can't strengthen, we can't push on, and we can't continue to really outperform the size of club that we currently are. Although we've all got aspirations for bigger quantities of supporters and support, and really to keep growing the club.
We've been asking the fans what they think is the main reason. We're asking them for one reason why they think it's I say clicks, but it is so much better this year. If I was to ask you for maybe more than one reason, what would you say is the difference this season to previous ones?
Well, I'm sorry to sound like a politician, but I couldn't possibly put it down to any one thing. I think that the major factors are the new manager and the majority shareholders, and really sticking steadfastly to doing what we do, and because it's the right way to run a football club in our view. And the board here are very strong and very committed to running the club in a way that we won't boom and bust as many other clubs have done, and it's bearing fruit. All the factors are massive. The manager is a breath of fresh air, really, and a real character. But behind that colourful exterior, he's actually a very, very serious and knowledgeable and methodical man.
Is he the best you've worked with in terms of what he's done for the club profile-wise, in terms of what he does away from the field, as well as on it? 'Cause he's proven himself on it.
Yeah, certainly, yes. The football's fantastic. It's the best it's been in my time here. That's what people pay to watch. They say they want to be entertained. I think even sometimes when the result doesn't go our way, they can go away having watched a good match and a good style of play. So from that point of view, I think people are happy. It's not just a football manager. He's very committed to getting involved in the local community as well, and doing work outside of the football. Really the basic football side of things. So that's a breath of fresh air as well. So Ian's brought a lot to us that we can now expand on and develop and keep going.
A couple of final points now. What is the ambition for this season? Because it's everyone thought at first, or maybe it's a flash in the pan. It's not a flash in the pan. You've kept it going. So have you had to kind of alter the ambitions really?
The ambition's always the same at the start of any season, and that's to do as well as we can on the field, and to take every opportunity and really try and maximise it as we go along. I've not changed the objectives at all as we've gone forward. We'll support the manager as much as we possibly can come what may, and that's the policy, and it won't alter. And if we can back in this transfer window and help him out along the way and effectively help ourselves, then who knows? But we'll certainly not give in and stop trying to get this club up another division.
How important has Valerio Bellacon been? I mean, you've touched on it, but in terms of what's happened over the last few years, the ground, investment.
I think fundamentally he's really enabled us to get where we are. Not just with obviously injecting money into the club, but also a fresh approach to a lot of things and freshen the old board up and really brings new disciplines. Very, very keen and enthusiastic man as well, and it's hard not to get swept along in that sometimes.
It seems to be a good match because he doesn't seem to just want to just come in and just throw money at things as well. It seems as though you are a very good partnership.
I think we listen to each other, and we always meet somewhere in the middle. And we've got this obviously Norman Smelnax as well. He's on the board, and he's here day on day, and he's effectively provides a link between ourselves and Valerio. Yeah, it's a good partnership, and partnerships are always difficult, but this one's been very good from day one and continues to be so.
The very final question now, and I'm not wishing to make you sound smug here, but are you a model for how Football League clubs should be run because of the approach that you've had, the prudency that you've shown, the time that you've spent to actually build what you're now enjoying?
I think we all do things the way that we want to do them. It just wouldn't have suited me to gamble the way that other clubs have gambled, but then it wouldn't have suited other clubs to have 2 sides, 3 sides to the stadium and to have taken as long as we've taken to do things. And I accept that some supporters and other football people will have adverse views to the way that we've gone about things, but I think you can only comment on your own club, and I just thought there wasn't any other way to do what we've done and to get where we've gone. I'm pleased really it's bearing fruit, those policies.
Hope it continues.
Thank you.